As your new president, we must unite, not be divided. These dudes ain't got nothing on me, homie. How are y'all doing? 2016 is coming to an end, and so for this video I wanted to do a state of the video game industry address. We're gonna talk about PlayStation 4, that's Sony, Xbox One, Microsoft, and the homies Nintendo and that Switch. First, I want to talk about Microsoft. Microsoft started this generation with a huge fumble. Why? Their console came in at $500, $100 more than their competition, that PlayStation 4, and that PlayStation 4 was a more powerful console. Now, I'm not a power dude. I don't buy systems just because one is more powerful than the other. I see what they have to offer, and both systems, for the most part, when they first launched, had pretty much the same games. Yes, they had a couple of exclusives, but each had overwhelmingly the same amount of multiplats. If you're offering me a system that's $100 more expensive and the hardware isn't as great, it's a no-brainer. Most of you dudes know my favorite console last generation was the Xbox 360. My gamer score was over 11,000. I played my 360 to death. And so you dudes know I had that Xbox One, but I sold it. Why did I sell it? I also this generation bought a super powerful PC, and when Microsoft announced that all of the Xbox One exclusives were coming to the PC, I no longer had a reason to own an Xbox One. I bought me a Pro controller that I can connect it to my PC and play my Xbox One games just like everybody else. But there's a big but. They have completely turned things around, starting with the Xbox S, the Xbox Slim. The system has features the PlayStation 4 doesn't have. It's coming in at a great price point, and Microsoft is really hitting their stride with games and exclusives on the system. Gears of War 4 looks epic. I beat Gears of War 1 and 2 on my 360, and I probably will be picking up an Xbox Slim. I'm still dudes going back and forth if I should wait for a Scorpio or just pick up the Slim, seeing that the Slim will be able to play all of the games on that Scorpio. And so, my rating for Microsoft right now, slow start, started like a turtle, but now they're going into beast mode. Next, we have Sony, not PlayStation 4. Sony started this generation like the Sega Genesis in the 90s. Genesis does. You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does. Genesis does. Genesis does. Genesis does. Why do I say that? In the 90s, Sega, they weren't holding any punches. They were hitting Nintendo right in the mouth. Y'all want to play Mario Kart? We got better games. Dudes, that E3, was it E3 2012? Whatever the E3 was, when Jack Tritton went on stage and ripped Microsoft to shreds, Sony won this generation in that 2-minute speech. As great as the Xbox One is doing now, it's consistently now outpacing the PlayStation 4 in the US. Don't think for a minute they're ever going to eclipse PlayStation 4 in sales. That's just reality. PlayStation 4, they're gonna win this generation as far as sales numbers. But I have to say this, the PlayStation 4 when it launched was just selling on hype. I bought the system right after launch. Infamous Second Son, great game. Shadow of Mordor, I've said this a million times, one of my favorite games this generation. The Last of Us Remastered, never played it on my PlayStation 3, picked it up on my PlayStation 4, enjoyed it, loved it. Many other games I did enjoy when the system launched, but the system did have a drought period. My PlayStation 4 was looking at me, OBe1, I don't have any games for you right now, dude. Recently, Sony has picked it up in the gaming department. Ratchet & Clank, Love that game. Mr. Zircon wants to kill. I streamed it with you dudes. We had a blast. Last Guardian is about to drop. I'm probably gonna be picking that up. I just downloaded Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I'm not a big Call of Duty dude. I did like Advanced Warfare. I primarily play the Call of Duty games for the single player campaign, and you dudes know I'm a Star Wars dude. And so when they had the space, the sci-fi elements in Infinite Warfare, it piqued my interest, and I'm gonna be streaming it with you dudes today. Tonight, we're gonna be streaming that Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. So if I had to rate Sony, they started off fast, like this cute little bunny rabbit. Then they slowed down a little bit. Had me disappointed, but they're starting to crank things up and getting things together. So Microsoft got that Beast Award. Sony, you get the Keep on Chugging, Choo 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 Award. And then we have my homies Nintendo. I'm not gonna talk about the Wii U. We know it was a flop. Still my favorite console this generation, had tons of gems, but I want to talk about what Nintendo is doing right now with that Switch. So far, Nintendo is doing everything right. A lot of dudes were saying, Nintendo's taking too long. Why aren't they revealing the system? They revealed the system a couple weeks ago, and that trailer has over 20 million views already. The message is clear. Player systems on the go. The Wii U's message was a little confusing, and they got third-party developers on board. They have a great first-party launch lineup ready for us. Even though the system isn't competing for horsepower, Nintendo is marching to the beat of their own drum, and we need diversity in the video game industry. I like it when I can play different games on different systems. That's the beauty of it all. And so for Nintendo, y'all get the Beat to Your Own Drum Award. And so dudes, that's my roundup fall 2016 State of the Video Game Address video. What are your thoughts, dude, on Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo in the video game industry right now? Sound off in the comment section below, because I want to know. But before y'all go, bro, click that subscribe button. Stay up to date. Oh, hold on. This wasn't all things Nintendo. All things gaming, though. Where y'all want to go for lunch? I'm hungry.